All right, so I have got my coarse bit. It's a safety bit from Young Nails, and I'm just gonna remove the product that she's got on, which she is probably at about 4 weeks worth of growth. I believe we're right around that. I'm gonna miss him though, he's very cute. Okay, we're gonna jump into this.
Edith, go somewhere else.
The dogs are gonna be talkative, evidently. And Jandy, you'll have to help me stay in frame, okay? I'm just gonna turn my e-file on 14 and we're gonna go to town. Hey Diana, Tammy. Hey Julie. Look who I've got in the seat today. She's got about 4 weeks of growth on these nails. So I'm just gonna take them off and then we're gonna do a rebalance. So should be pretty easy. I've been trying to go a little faster with my removal. I don't know if I feel like the other day I was a lot faster with Becky. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next nail just because I worry about it getting warm. So I'm gonna move on to our little character guy. I decided that tonight, because I know whenever we do like a refill and nail art, sometimes it takes a long time. So I thought I'd break it up. We're gonna do the rebalance tonight, and then on Thursday, we're gonna do her nail art. Rebalance means like when your nails have grown out and you know, like how we formed your nail, and we kind of make sure we put in like your apex and things like that. Your apex shifted. So like for example, so she's got a very curvy nail anyway, but her apex is kind of like way up here now. So I'm gonna kind of rebalance everything and get our nail a little more straight. Although I do think we're gonna go shorter. Just gonna clean everything up, rebalance it, cover up that back part, you know, with our gel. That way things aren't uneven. I'm doing good, by the way. We're all doing pretty good. I've been glued to the news watching things going on south of me here in Texas. Those poor families and kids and stuff involved in that flood. It was very devastating. I feel so bad for those people. And I just hate how I feel like every couple hours, you know, that number just keeps climbing. Oh, you just got home? Oh, you went camping. Wow. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know if I could go without Wi-Fi like that. I don't think I've had to do it. Well, actually, I take that back. We did have to do it not too long ago. We had a big freeze here in Dallas, and we lost all of our power. That reel is really hard.
What are you going to do on the nails?
On your nails, so for the nail art, so we're gonna do, I've kind of got some different ideas. We're taking like several different inspirations, but they're gonna be a lot of fun. They're gonna be a short nail design. Gonna be very, very different. There's gonna be some characters drawn, which, you know, I'm not very good at that, but we try. Usually Jandy likes my childish drawing, so I'm kind of lucky in that sense. Yeah, I am getting better at it. I figure the more I practice, the more I make myself practice at stuff like that, the better I'll get. I think this time we're actually going to use some, like some actual paints, like some gel paints. I haven't really worked with those a lot.
How is that different from what
The
it
gel
was?
paints are like, they're more pigmented and they're not as runny, so you can be a little bit more precise, and not put as thick of a polish on. Like I usually just work with my polishes because I don't mind it. I don't mind them being a little runny. I don't really like, I've always kind of not been like really a fan of like perfect art. I kind of like imperfections a little bit. Now I love the glitter art, don't get me wrong. That is always perfect, even when it's not perfect. But yeah, we are gonna do some glitter nail backgrounds to kind of help um, some of our art kind of pop a little bit more. But it should be a lot of fun.
David and Nova said hi.
Hello, how are you? Hey Nova. I should have just decided how long we were gonna go on your nails, I guess, and I could have went ahead and cut them down before. But that's okay. I need the practice
Hot in the
anyway.
middle.
Okay. She said it was getting hot in the middle. So I'm gonna go back to just the little one stroke here.
Laura, Esther, the Treaty Show said hi.
Hey Laura, Esther, and the Trendy Show. Come on in, we're just getting started. Okay, I'm just gonna try to quickly remove this. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and switch bits, and I'm gonna switch to my little slender skinny bit. I'll show you here. I got mine by from Nails by Dev, but now they're kind of everywhere. So, and I think they're all pretty similar. But I got my little pink sanding bands. They're very cute, the skinny bands. And just gonna put that on here. All right, we're gonna clean her up just a little bit more. All right, Jandy. I'm gonna kind of keep this angle so that way you guys can see how I'm holding everything. And right now I'm just kind of cleaning up where I didn't feel comfortable getting a minute ago with that other band. I'm gonna turn your hand just like that. There you go. There we go. I'm purposely trying to go faster just because I challenge myself to keep growing at that. I naturally am not a fast person, so. Okay, let me get after this one. All right, we got 2 more to go, Jandy. So all this is pretty easy. I'm looking as well just to see if anything is lifting. So far, really, it looks pretty good. I'll get around her cuticles here in a second, and I'll see if there's anywhere else I want to thin this out at, and we'll decide on what length we want to go with. If I see somewhere lifting, I'm just going to quickly zap at it. And all right, let me get my little cuticle pusher. All right, for my cuticle pusher, it's what? Oh, it's okay. We'll get it. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. We're going to get it. They're going to be short anyway. Okay, for my cuticle pusher, I'm just going to use my little wooden stick. So I feel like it worked well, and it's just really easy to use, and then I can just toss it. She may not need too much pushed back here. Let's see. This is being a little stubborn. Okay. Anywhere it's being stubborn, I'll just kind of come directly at it. But otherwise, I kind of like to swoop it to the side. I feel like it's a little bit more comfortable. But you'll have, a lot of times you'll have these places where it just wants to be stubborn. That one was pretty easy. Okay, we're gonna go back in with our E-file and that same bit, but I'm gonna go at 5, so a lot lighter, and I'm just gonna go around. And I just kind of push at that cuticle just a little bit as I go around. Okay. I know she's got a little sore up here in this corner, so I'm just gonna kind of leave that alone. I don't want to get that started doing anything. Okay, now let's figure out where we want this. Maybe we'll do, just kind of take the tip off. What do you think, Jandy? Just the tip off? Or I guess we could just, they're really not too long. Yeah, we'll just take a little bit off and then file them. That's what we'll do. Shape them up. Let me get this little tiny bit that wants to give me trouble. There we go. Well, this one's coming off a little bit more. There we go. And what I'll do is after I get this tip kind of taken off, I'll kind of go back around and see which one is our shortest one, and then I'll just make sure that that's going to be our length. Her nails are so strong. Goodness, I wish my nails were like this naturally. I mean, she does have on a hard gel, but naturally, though, she's got a strong nail. Okay, let's see. I think our shortest one is probably going to be this middle. So let's go ahead and we're going to lift up this under, which you can see her nail naturally grows down. I'm going to go ahead and lift it up. So just coming straight out. Now, Jandy actually, she likes to kind of keep her nails naturalish looking, right?
Yeah.
But we do want to give it like the best shape we can. So I'm just going to kind of come off, just make it come straight out. And same thing over here. I'm going to turn your hand just like that, Jandy. Okay. So I'm just going to pull this back, and you see how it grows. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. So it grows down. You see right here? So I'm just going to pull this and lift it. If I can get in there comfortably. Okay, just come straight out. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get after this one. It's okay, you can, there you go. Okay. Let's lift this up. Right here on this edge. Okay. Oh, there you go. Okay. And the pinky's not bad at all. Okay, let's do this one. Okay, and I'm going to get, here we go. Now, a lot of times whenever, like if it's somebody that wants to have their nails just completely like fixed, they don't want it to curve down at all, then on your rebalance, you know, you're going to come further out, because you see that's like her natural apex is under here. So I would just have to build this out thicker and then come underneath and raise that tip. But we're not going to do all that because she likes to keep them, like I said, pretty natural. But we want to still have a good strong nail. Good strong short nail. Okay. There we go. And again, let me lift this. Still need to come a little bit higher. And a little bit higher. Let me see. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay. I'm going to kind of scoot you back just a tad bit. There you go. Okay. And we're just giving her just a natural kind of square look, but we're going to taper on those sides just a tad bit, just so they're not harsh. Okay, that's your pinky. Okay, and I'm just gonna look underneath and just see kind of what the difference is here. Okay, so it's just kind of right at, and this one's a little bit longer, this one's a little bit longer, and her thumb looks good. So we just need to come a little bit shorter on some of these. I kind of like to look from both directions. this one just a little bit shorter. Okay, this one a little bit shorter, just a tiny bit. And this one was definitely shorter. Okay, I'm gonna back up just a little bit so we can all kind of see. Okay, I think that looks really good. Okay. Now I'm just gonna kind of come in and just make sure I've got the side walls just kind of squared off just a little bit. We don't need to do too much with it, but I think this one came in just a little bit more. Okay. And I'm just tapering in this free edge, just the tiniest bit, just to kind of make everything look just a little bit more narrow. Huh?
Watch that side.
Okay. Oh yeah, she said watch that side because she's got that little baby. Yeah, we'll be careful. Okay. All right, so I'm just gonna go over it one more time with my e-file on 10 and just make sure anywhere that I wanted to take off bulk that I can do that, which here I'll just come from underneath because we want to raise that just as much as possible. So I'm just going to zap through there and we'll just smooth everything out. I feel like it's a little bit higher on this side. Okay. And same on this guy. So I'm just going to come underneath at that angle and lift it up. And then smooth out that top. I'm going to thin this out through here just a little bit. There we go. Make this smoother. Get your pinky. Okay. So we all done with that. All right, let me get you cleaned up. Okay, and I'm gonna wait to actually go around her little cuticles. I am gonna go ahead though and take off this side, or like the sharp part here. So I'm just going to just barely knock it off, okay? And again, I like to kind of come just up here. And again, just get this one a little bit. And your pinky. Okay, and thumb. Thumb, thumb, thumb. Okay. Okay. All right, let's get our alcohol. We'll clean these off. And then we're gonna get started on our rebuild. So pretty easy so far, right? You can use either alcohol, you could use acetone, you could use, if you wanted to use your swipe. I've got all of it, and I just kind of, usually whatever's closest or whatever's easier to get to. Usually I'm hopeful it's my swipe because that's what I like to use, but if it's not, if it's not, any of it will do. Okay. All right, we're gonna do a builder in a bottle. And let me grab a color over here. Let's not do that one. Oh, here, I'll move it out of the way. All right, so I'm gonna use, I haven't used this one in a while. It is the gel bottle, and it is in this pretty kind of naturally nude color. I think that will be good. That'll be strong enough to hold a natural looking, and then we can do just our nail art right on top of it whenever we get ready here. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with my protein bond. All right, Jandy, let me see your little hand. And I'm just gonna put that protein bond just mainly on the nail part. And then as it starts to kind of get a little bit more, dry, it's not really dry, but drier. Then when I first start, then I'll go up by the cuticle. I remember back in nail school, when I very first started working with protein bond, I made the mistake of I was over flooding my cuticle area and stuff started popping off. I was so frustrated. I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong. And then I realized and figured out the trick. Okay, I'll be real careful with your little sore here. Have you been biting at it, or what did you do? Don't know what you did? And I usually, on her, I'll just put 1 round of protein bond, just because we've never had a problem. The one has been good. If I had a client, though, that was having issues with their gel wanting to hold on, I would definitely do 2 rounds and see if that didn't solve the problem. Okay, so this is just a builder in a bottle, just like all the other builders in a bottle. But it's pretty durable. I like it. It's a little thicker than probably my preference with a lot of the builders in a bottle, but it still works really, really nicely. And I do love the colors. They have a ton of colors. And we're just gonna put the first layer on just like you would a base. And if it gets a little too much on your brush, just kick that off. There we go. And if you feel uncomfortable about putting too much product back there by the cuticle, you can just kind of hang a little bit away from that cuticle, and then you can always go in at the very end and do your cuticle. That's kind of what I like to do with some of these builder in bottles. Oh, kind of close to your skin. Okay, there we go. Uh-oh, your finger's in the, there you go. Were you tense? Okay.
Julie Steph says that's a beautiful shade.
Is it pretty? Yeah, it's very, very natural. This one is called, I'll tell you what it's called. Let me get this one done real quick. I see a little hair. Okay, there we go. Jandy, if you want to go ahead and go in the Nuka for a second, and I'll just tell them what this is. This one is in Sepia. Color Sepia. Oh, here, do you need a, I think she needs me to turn on the, yeah, there should be an on switch back there behind that light. There you go. All right. Okay, she's gonna be coming back out in like 2 seconds. Okay.
Shade is it?
Sepia.
Oh,
Yeah, it's very pretty.
nice.
It's very natural looking. And this will be strong enough to take her through. To take her through Thursday. Thursday at 4:30, we're gonna do her nail art. So, oh, I should say 4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Thursday.
Thursday.
Why? Just 'cause.
Just 'cause I felt like it was a good time. I felt like it was a little easy to remember because we're coming on Tuesday. So I thought Thursday would be good. Okay. I might start making that kind of my schedule. I feel like, how's Tuesdays and Thursdays work for you guys? And maybe like around 4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Or if there's a better time, let me know. Because I'm kind of flexible.
Are you able to see when people rewatch it?
No,
So it would be
Okay, let me get your thumb.
interesting to.
I know. I think there is a way, I just don't know how to do it.
Tammy says that's a nice schedule.
You think so? Okay, good. Yeah, I was trying to kind of pick something that was easy to remember. Am I in the, I'm kind of out of the frame, aren't I? Okay, there's our base. Okay, go ahead, Jandy, and you're gonna just nuke this for 30 seconds. There. Okay. I'm gonna fold this up so I don't, there's a drop of gel on there and I'm afraid I'm gonna get it on myself. Now we just wait. Okay, you're good. All right, so now a little bit more body in here, and I'm just gonna build it a little bit further back because she's got such a strong apex in there anyway. I'm just gonna kind of give her a little bit more towards the back, just kind of even it out just a little bit. And here, I'll kind of show them like this. So I'm just gonna kind of dump some off on here. Dump your dollop. gonna rock it back by that cuticle. And right where that nail just kind of naturally starts to kind of, well, I guess this is kind of hard to explain. Like on her nails, it's a definite curve. It's real easy to see where that curve starts and it becomes the side of her nail. For mine, my nails are very flat, so it's a little different. But I'm just gonna go just right down the top where that main arch is. And then for my sides, I'm just going to gently pull some of this down on the side.
Truly, Steph said your voice is so relaxing and soothing.
Oh, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna do the same over here. So you can kind of see where it kind of ran just a little bit down her side naturally. And then I'm just going to pull it. You don't need it real thick on the side anyway. You just kind of want it to be nice and even, like that. I'm gonna go around the cuticle area at the end anyway with the color. But if we don't have to file, that would be ideal. Okay, I'm gonna zap it real quick with my little flashlight here. So we can just rock and roll on to the next. And at the very end, she can put all of her hand into 60 seconds and then she'll be all done. Okay, so again, I'm just gonna put she's got a little fuzz. Okay. Put my dollop and go ahead and rock it back by that cuticle. And then I'm gonna swing it. And sometimes if you run out, you can just kind of grab that bead back there and just bring it on down. Because it usually settles really nicely anyway. Okay, I'm just gonna pull this towards the tip where I can see right away that it's a little uneven. There's like a little bubble or something right there. Okay, I'll see what happens with that. But let's go ahead and I'm gonna turn your finger just a little bit, Jandy. And pull this down the side. Okay, and turn it this way. And pull it down here. Okay, we're gonna zap it. It looks good.
The shade is really so beautiful and flattering.
It is, isn't it? I love it too. It really is pretty. Everybody's skin tone. There you go.
Margarita, for the best results, proper manicure preparation is essential before applying any coating.
Yeah, we each kind of have our way of doing things, don't we? I mean, we definitely, yeah, we did. I wouldn't want to prepare her nail any more than what we did, just because it's not necessary. There's no reason to file at her natural nail any more than what we did. She's got, gel already on her nails. So, now on this one, you can kind of tell, it kind of looks like we don't have enough to make it all the way around this nail on the side, like as well as I would want to. So I'll show you what I'm gonna do. After I kind of bring this down, and I'm gonna do the same over here, just right at that tip. And what I can do for this side, I'm just gonna go back into my bottle and just get the tiniest bit from the side of my brush. And then I've just got a little bit on my brush here. I'm gonna pull, ooh, well, you don't wanna do that, but you're gonna pull the skin back basically, and you should just be able to apply it. Now I slipped and put it in the wrong place, but it's okay because we can just drag it like this. Just drag it where you need it. And once you feel like you've got enough product everywhere, like I feel like I have enough product everywhere, but I feel like there's just a tiny couple spots where it needs to be a little bit thicker just in the front. So I'm just gonna add, just like lightly, kind of here. It's gonna put more product on it. And then I'm just gonna kind of straighten out a little bit. And then she can actually go, I know you guys have seen this before, where you flip the finger this way. Is this right side up? I think it's right side up. You just want to keep that surface flat. And it only takes a second. Let that gel kind of settle, and it'll settle beautifully. And then we're just going to zap it here.
Truly, Steph still turned out really good, even with the oops.
Exactly. It's very friendly, I'm telling you. That's one reason why I really, really do like these builders in a bottle. Very, very friendly. Especially when you're doing your dominant hand with your non-dominant hand, it comes in really handy because it settles so nicely. Okay, so same on this one. We're just gonna kind of pull this around. And if you keep this side really thin and keep your application tight, then you won't need to file, hopefully. You may just be able to just kind of buff it if you even have to do that, and then just add your top coat. Which is really nice for when you're doing your dominant hand with your non-dominant. Okay, now we're just gonna kind of make sure we've got it even.
She says, so is this just gel over her real nails? Will this, it's a long sentence, will this keep your real nails strong? I quit getting my nails done years ago, but after a certain length they break. I'd like to keep natural and long with color.
Yeah, this is so this is called Builder in a Bottle. It's a soft gel, but it's still very, very durable. I think for most nails, like if you're moderately active, like if you're just regular active, this should be strong enough for your natural nails to go right on top of your natural nails. And yeah, you can just kind of change the color out as you'd like to. Now a lot of times we'll do hard gel on her nails, but yeah, the soft gel works really nicely. It's easy to do, as you can see, and it settles really nicely. It doesn't, as long as you're just kind of gentle with the application of it and just try to pay attention and make sure it's smooth, then you shouldn't have a lot of fuss with it. But it should, I'll show you kind of how strong. Now she does have on hard gel though underneath this, like underneath this layer. So I guess that probably won't work for me to show you. But yeah, it's pretty strong. I would definitely get a bottle and try it out. And there's tons of them. I would probably go with the gel bottle, this one that I'm using, like that brand. Or you can, gosh, I'm trying to think the best ones out there that I really like. I really like Glitter Bells a lot. That's probably my favorite is Glitter Bells, but they're in the UK, so the cost of shipping is kind of, with the tariffs and stuff, it's kind of gone up. But there's a ton of them. You can just put in builder gel, or sometimes they label it B period, I period, A period, B period. Biob is what they also call it. It stands for Builder in a Bottle. And there's just a ton of good companies out there. that make them.
Color Vortex said, usually I see people go all the way to the side walls when using Builder. This method is new to me.
Yeah.
You do this so you don't have to file the shape? Question.
You know why I do it? Because this is kind of what I noticed. So I always had the hardest time, like when I would go all the way across the nail, my gel would run, of course, and it would make my sidewall thick. So then when I had to, if I had to file at it, I'd be filing a lot of that product off the side to really thin it out. So then I started just doing my base layer and then bringing that product just right down the center and pulling the tiniest bit down the side. And it really is perfect because then I don't have to file like at all sometimes if I'm real gentle with it. But if I do have to file, then really I don't have to file any on my side. It's just kind of like right down that center part and thinning out my tip if I need to. Does that make sense? You'll have to try it and see if that works a little bit better for you. It does for me. I'm trying to think of where I learned that. You know what? I think I learned that from Kirsty Meakin. Because she was talking about how really your the side areas don't really need to be any thicker than like a round polish or two. Kind of depending on what you need.
Rachel Swanson says I'm going to try that.
Yeah.
Color Vortex, yeah, it looks really natural. Standing 3404. Did you go to school to do nails?
I did. I went to a local school here in Dallas, kind of a Dallas suburb area called Garland, Texas. And I just went part-time. I actually graduated, I believe it's been 2 years now, 2 years ago. But I went part-time and it took me, I want to say 8 months. It was really pretty easy. And most people in my class worked full-time and, just came to school part-time. And right now I'm just kind of adding a little bit where I feel like I need it. I'm going to have her go upside down again with her hand. Okay, so once you feel like you got it where you need it, we're going to tip her right side up, right? Hopefully I'm saying that right. Sounds like it. Yeah, I was done in like 8 months. Took my test right away because I wanted everything to be fresh on my brain, And then most of it, honestly, you learn the most on your own, believe it or not. Not so much through school. You'll learn a lot of the technical things through school or the, just kind of what things are called and sanitary, how to sanitize and keep things clean. But a lot of the nail kind of stuff that you learn, okay, go in the nuker for me, 460. You'll learn kind of on your own. And so I learned a lot of it through, watching Young Nails has been such a great help. MJ has been huge, and Tracy. And yeah, I watched those girls over there on Young Nails. Kirsty Meakin, anytime I've ever had a question and reached out to her, she gets back to me and what she says makes a lot of sense. So I feel like she's a great educator. She teaches really, really well and makes everything very, very understandable and clear as to why she's telling you to do what she's telling you to do. Liz from the Nail Hub is great. There's a lot of great people out here. And for me, I'm just kind of getting started on my journey. So I feel like for me, you can kind of learn with me as I go. And anything that, if I gain knowledge on something, I'm going to share it with you guys because I know for me, if I didn't ask, I wouldn't have the answers to some of the questions I had. So, and a lot of it's helped me, along the way. Okay, let's see how we're looking. I think we look very, very nice. I'm looking to see if we can just get away with a top coat. And I think we can actually. We may not need to buff at all. It looks pretty good. Okay, let's put our top coat on. And then I'm just gonna kind of reshape these. And it doesn't hurt to, because a lot of people think that you're breaking the seal if you go back and shape your gel nails, but you're really not. It'll be just fine. And on my top coat, I'm just gonna kind of go light because we're gonna do nail art on these on Thursday. And what I like to do whenever I do nail art, and I've already applied a top coat because maybe we've decided to wait a day before we do nail art or something. You can do your nail art right on top of that top coat. You just have to cleanse the nail, use your protein bond, and you'll be just fine. So you don't have to buff it up and start new.
Tammy, so you're doing great. You should be proud.
Oh, thank you. I think they look really good. I love a good natural nail. It's pretty. Okay, put you here. Ooh, we got thunder. I'll tell you guys, you know how they've been having those storms, down in, Lord, I can't think of the name right now, Kerrville area in Texas, how they had the big floods. Well, that night, that they had the big flood, we had a big thunderstorm come through, and it was really bad. I can see and it was fast. It was a fast moving thunderstorm. And unfortunately, it's been kind of bad weather all week. It's been raining.
Color Vortex, what's your favorite base and top coat?
My favorite base is probably Madam Glam. Favorite top coat is going to be Nail Career Education, Susie. Over at Nail Career Education, she's got a great shiny top coat. It's a lot like Manicure. If you like Manicure top by Young Nails, Susie's top coat is like that. It just kind of goes on, it glides on like butter. I'm not using those right now though. Right now I'm just kind of using a quickie top coat that I got that's inexpensive. Okay, go in the nuker for me, Tandy, for 60. Yeah, Susie's is really nice, but it's a lot like Manicure. So if you like Manicure, it's very, very similar. And I think Susie's, because Susie is located in Canada, so I believe her shipping's gonna probably be affected with tariffs too, unfortunately. Just bad. Okay. Oh yeah, no, I mean, you're good. I was saying okay to myself. Tandy thought I was telling her to come out. Okay, she's got 19 seconds to go. Yeah, this is kind of my fast little top coat that I use from Amazon. I can't remember why I got it in the first place. I think I had heard someone recommend it, and it's not bad whatsoever. It's just not my favorite, but it works in a jiff, So I use that at times like this when I know we're not actually done with the nails. We're gonna do nail art, coming up on Thursday, so I don't need anything perfect. And now I'm just gonna kind of go, whoops, sorry, Jandy. Go back over that finish, just the tiniest bit. I feel like this nail was a little wonky, but I think it may be because you're sore. I think it's throwing me off. You're gonna have to not get boo-boos. I'm kidding. I don't know what you did. Okay, let me get your thumb. Okay, and we're not breaking the seal at all. It's just kind of like, you know how sometimes people talk about sealing the cuticle area? And actually our cuticles look pretty good. I could go right up closer, but honestly, I don't think it's bad whatsoever. We'll do that when we do the nail art, I think, because it looks fine. We'll give your nails a little rest. Let them soak in some oil here. Okay, this is the rose oil by Young Nails. And I'm just gonna kind of work this in for her. There we go. careful with it.
Diana said they look beautiful.
Thank you, Diana. They do, don't they look very pretty and natural? And I'll show you here in a minute. I'm going to show you from the side and show you how we kind of keep that natural nail shape for her. But just kind of evened it out just a little bit. I'm just going to kind of put you sideways just a little bit. So see, it's just not as drastic because we lifted up the tip, but they're still really thin. Well, not super thin because she's naturally, let me look at that curve on her nail. She just naturally has really nice nails. But we got it as thin as we can. It's very, very nice. Okay, Jandy, you are all set. You can put on some lotion if you want to. And then she'll be all ready to go for Thursday and we'll do some fun little nail art. Yeah, I still feel like this finger's a little bit crooked, but I don't think it's the shape. I think it's something else. I think it's that sore. I think it's kind of like swollen just a little bit. I'm throwing it off. That would be my guess. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming in and joining me. I appreciate it. Thank you for supporting my little bitty tiny channel. And I will look forward to seeing you guys on Thursday, and we'll do some fun, different nail art because she likes to be a little unusual. So we'll make it a lot of fun. She's picked out several little tiny drawings and pictures, and we're going to do kind of some glitter backgrounds, and it'll be a lot of fun. All right, and I will see you then. All right, bye-bye.